Okay, start streaming. In theory, we're live, but
Oh, are we?
I'm not going to take that on faith.
This will be a fantastic practice, like a soft opening where you work out the bugs. So that way, when we have a full stream with a dedicated topic, our spokesperson, and a larger audience. Barry, usually these are a little bit bigger. We are a bit out of practice.
Good.
Yeah, it's been what? When was the last one?
Oh, let me pull it up. The last one it was October 22 and 23. So 9 months?
Wow, yeah, a while ago.
Yeah.
A minute.
We were
Usually
doing them
every
fairly regularly.
yeah, like once every what was it? Once a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once a month, and then I'm just getting more like once every month. Maybe once every other month. Ooh.
Yeah, and sometimes it with the long alphas it gets a bit slow. It's like, well, nothing new's happened. There's no more drama. Everyone's pretty much the same place they were last month.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest hurdle this alpha was figuring out those clickable links because they were a real pain to.
Right, how
Well, use a method I've never used before, so I had no clue it even existed. But you know how you can use a texture and point to a URL of an image hosted on the internet?
Yeah.
I do recall that, yeah.
Well, you can do something similar with code. So instead of the link going to an image, it goes to the contents of an XML document. So for some reason, if you've got a link and you've got all formatted correctly, it will work that way instead of just the old way of where you could just put the link directly in the XML UI and
Mm-hmm.
it would just work. It's really convoluted, but it does work.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I made a sort of template. It's kicking around here somewhere. Yeah, they were fast on coming up with a solution. Well, let's hope it keeps them quiet solution anyway of the trader protection, because that was a pretty bad shape we're in for a little bit there, where we couldn't use
Yeah, that could
trader
have been very bad.
protection. Couldn't use trader protection on custom POIs because it didn't work because it didn't push from the server to the client, and the client
Mm-hmm.
likely wouldn't have that installed, so they could just destroy it at will. And it also had
Mm-hmm.
the other effect of if a person deleted their trader prefabs, they could also destroy vanilla traders.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with
That was definitely a concerning one. I
yeah,
was, yeah, that was concerning. Although the part that irritates me is that because it's an easy fix for them to push the XML now, which is a cool step.
mhm,
Um, I'm worried that they're going to go, okay, we're done, good, we don't have to worry about this anymore, because there's
yeah,
not a good reason. Like the reason to have that ability to do the trader protections is now gone.
yeah.
I
I think
mm,
it's their main concern is the vanilla part of that problem. The
yeah.
protecting like servers, they're just like, if we've got time, we'll do something, but if not, then
It's such a small thing. Give us a little bit more. Yeah, if they just give us some options there in the freaking XML, that's all we need,
yeah.
really.
We
I
we
mean,
we
have
all
a
we already had the perfect solution before,
uh-huh.
where you could just
Why take it
say
away?
there was a command in game, and you could just go anywhere on the map, and you could define an area and say, right, I want this invincible, and
Mm-hmm.
bam, it's invincible. And you
Yep.
could even go, actually, I don't want this invincible now. Okay, now it's
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable again. And it was just so easy and perfect. Now it's like, oh, you have to make your prefab a trader, so you can't just make a random bit of the map invulnerable. It has to be a prefab. So then you've got to make a
Mm-hmm.
prefab, you've got to put it up on the server, you've got to wipe the area if it's an existing map, you've got to add it to your map in the first place, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's still not perfect because you'll get kicked out at night. So if your prefab is like a sort of hub where people spawn in,
Uh-huh.
if it's nighttime, they just get kicked straight out into the wherever the closest spawn is.
Yep.
So then you got to make your traders open 24 hours, and if you don't like that, then you have to go back into the map and set up all these claims around the traders to add back that functionality. And
Mm-hmm.
then again, it's still not perfect because if they enter the prefab from the outside, they'll still get kicked out, so they have to
Mm-hmm.
teleport into it. So, oof, what a what
Yeah.
a
Just give us an option that doesn't kick people out at all. Like, it's nice that we can do it where they only get kicked out on Horde Night. That's nice. But still, I want something that doesn't do that. Just one more option. That's all we need. Ideally, yeah, being able to go on there. I do like the ability to set it into the XML because I make my map in advance and then load my prefabs and then push it to the server.
yeah. I mean, I know a lot of
So that's one
people
less step
will
I have to do.
they'll make uh, their custom prefab in the server live. They won't use a prefab, so that old method of
Mm-hmm.
was perfect for them. But now it's a
Yep.
lot more complicated because you've got to make a prefab.
Yeah. Well, it's still on Dolly's mind, and I lament to her often. It will definitely be the reason why I stopped being a server owner, because fuck it.
What kind of prefabs do you all have on your server? Custom
Me?
ones. Yeah.
Oh,
Mine are.
we've got a prison, of course, where people go to when they shoot each other and kill each other, because I'm a weird one. I think friendly fire should be on, but I don't want people killing each other on purpose. I just feel like if you walk in front of a bullet, you should die. Um, Also, it helps weed out the problematic people really quickly because they like to shoot people and then they get sent to prison, and so they don't cause bigger damage. I also have my lobby, which is my Notre Dame, and so that's where people go when they first get loaded into the game. Then I've got my hub where people can go and set up vending machines and have like a community area for trading. And then I've got the pit for Horde Night, where they can kind of all go to fight the zombies together.
Yeah, pretty much the same here.
Yeah,
Same kind of
just one.
setups. Yeah.
What have you guys been doing to protect your community areas? Barry?
PPM, just like the no hostile zones.
Yeah, on my I have my server hub as a aircraft carrier, so
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of problematic if they get teleported out of that because they get yeeted into the sea.
Hope
I
you
mean,
can swim, motherfucker!
I've got ladders and stuff, but they don't know that. They're, new players will be spawning in blind, wondering what the hell's going on. So it's not ideal. So I've added a claim sort of at the water's edge, and it's like a portal. So if you swim to the surface, you get teleported back on board, which is I'm hoping that'll work for the rare occasions where someone might get teleported out into the sea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad the safe area
Oh,
options work still.
have you noticed on servers, custom prefabs, the signs don't work anymore?
Oh yeah,
They're all
that's a big
blank.
topic over. Yeah, that's a big old topic over at the compo pack, and there's a fix incoming for it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, they were freaking the fuck out. No, I'm sorry. They were being they were concerned to the appropriate level.
Yeah.
So yes, that is definitely has been vociferously communicated up the chain.
Yeah, because when they spawn in my server hub, I let people choose their own spawn point. So
Mm-hmm.
there's portals that are like little rib boats, and
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
they'll have a little sign that says hard spawn wasteland or whatever, and they just pick the one they want, jump on it, and then they'll get teleported to the shore
That's
of
cool.
that location.
Uh-huh.
So right now all the signs are blank, so it's like a Russian roulette. Where will I spawn? Who knows?
Could be good, could be bad. I don't know. That is such a fun concept.
Yeah, I've heard of there was I can't remember who it was, but they had like their sort of version of that was like a train station. So you
Mm-hmm.
had
Oh,
different,
nice.
so you teleported to different train stations around the map. I thought that was quite
Uh-huh.
cool.
Very neat.
I suppose they had something else someone could do was maybe like a little airport or something. You just take a flight, make some tickets.
Right. And then do like an air jump into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that well, here's an interesting thing. I don't know if you've gone through the assets for version 1 yet, but uh maybe it's been there longer and we just hadn't run across it, but there's a raft in the assets now.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean
So that'll be interesting.
yeah, that's too that the model for that is too high quality not to be used. I mean, come on now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I've got an
Like,
old dump of like textures and um, models and stuff, and there's like stuff for a horse. I think but it was pretty low quality. It might even been included by default in like the Unity
oh,
engine or something.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that was just a dev playing around with a concept and being that didn't quite make it past the playing around stage.
Mm-hmm. Do you know if that old flamethrower block is still in there somewhere?
uh, the trap or
No, that
the
like way back in the day there was a weird asset for I thought it was called flamethrower. But I haven't gone back and looked for it in ages.
yeah, I think there's something commented out. It's like a flamethrower trap, but I haven't actually
Mm.
spawned it in game recently to see if it does anything different. There's an elevator that does actually work.
Is that still in there?
Yeah, at least it was last time I looked. I toyed with
Okay.
putting it on like making it a full-on mod, adding it to the server, but because it's like a those old blue metal doors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, except a bit longer, and it's like on its side, so it's like a platform. And
Mm-hmm.
when you press it's like a door, so when you press E to activate it, it goes up a certain amount of blocks. So
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing supporting it under it. So it'd be very easy to abuse. You could just bring
Oh
that
yeah.
elevator and just, I'm in the sky now, invulnerable.
I mean, I'm all for cheesing out some funky Horde Night bases, but
Yeah, I made
at some point.
a while ago. I made a trampoline as well that I had to. I thought, no, that's going to be more trouble than that's just going to cause trouble. That.
I have a trampoline just because I like to drop people out of the sky and land on it. Oh, that's right. I need to get my remains back onto the server. I used a couple. What was it? I used the chain link fence with the
Mhm.
tarp on it for the block for the trampoline, and then I set a teleportation spot way up high called skydive. So that way, if people wanted to get their top of the world achievement, whatever it is, they could get that. So as long as they didn't move and they just let gravity do its thing, they would land on the trampoline and be fine. But if they started moving around anything at all, they would land on the side and die. So you'd go back there and there'd be all these dead bodies all around the trampoline.
Yeah, do you remember it used to be? I remember players used to do that a lot. They used to build like right up to the top of the world, and they would put like
Beautiful.
the hay bales down. And
Uh-huh.
back then
Yes.
they nullified all fall damage. Now
Mhm.
they only do it for a few blocks, and then it'll
Yeah.
start giving you damage.
haven't even looked at the hay bales to see what the properties are for that, because that's kind of a neat option.
Yeah, I think
Playing with them.
they have they all now. There's also like mattresses work the same.
Yep. That I thought was clever, because in the prefabs you can jump down and land on a mattress and not break your ankle.
Yeah, I'll tell you a crazy story. I was dog sitting, right? And the dog was. He hates coming to mines because there's nothing for him here because he likes it. He's got a lot of energy. He likes it. It's chew toys and whatnot, and there's just none of that here. So
Hmm.
he was reluctantly came in, and normally he comes in and he looks out my window, sees who's there. But he was, to be honest, he was looking to see if he could find a way out, and I just happened to left my bedroom window like wide open. He saw that, went up to it,
Oh
looked at it, and zhoop, he went right out
no!
the window. Luckily,
You're
there
on the
was like
second floor, aren't you?
yeah, I am. Luckily, there's like a little roofed bit there, and he was
Ah.
standing there, completely unfazed, like how do I get down from here? Like not even bothered. So I managed to get him close enough where I could grab him and pull him back in. But I was like, oh my god, my neighbours will be thinking I'm trying to throw my dog out the window. It's crazy.
Animals are not always great about thinking about the consequences. One of my bunnies, the little one, she's quite the mountaineer, and I have a box of hay above their little hay bin that the hay goes into.
Mm.
And normally I have it closed off so she can't get into it because she's quite the little thief. But I had forgotten to put the flap back down. So in the morning I came out and I look over there and I see her sitting inside of the hay basket, just having a grand old time eating all the hay. But because she had slid into there and couldn't get out again.
So,
I
hey,
mean, there's worse places for her.
I'm stuck down here, but I've got unlimited food, so
Uh-huh. She was very happy about that. That's why she's such a piggy. You're not a rabbit, you're a piggy. I have her in my lap right now.
it's like the Doctor Evil version of the cat, just stroking it menacingly.
Exactly. she's adorable, but she's my littlest shit, aren't you? You're the littlest shit. And bye. She's like, no, I don't want to be up here. Okay. Well, see, the hay base squirrel has the property of fall damage, so they reduce it by half.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's definitely not 100% like it used to be, unfortunately.
No.
I don't know if you can make it.
I wonder if that would mean that your safe fall distance is twice as much as normal. Or maybe it does. Oh, pardon me. Woo! Need more coffee. Yeah, okay. I wonder if they're all the same. The 0.5.
I imagine
Ha!
so. I noticed on launch day they had 2 updates. And it's like, damn, they're working hard for that.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like 1 in the morning and like 7 in the morning. So
I know. When they dropped, well, I don't even know which one. There were so many of them. Like, well, okay. So I was getting thrown off because the minor updates were not pushing to the news. They weren't pushing the minor updates to the news. And so I had no idea that was happening. And I'm like, I'm already in bed. I'm like, oh, I want to go to sleep. And like, oh, we can't get on the server. I'm like, motherfucker.
It always seems like everything starts kicking off the moment you get into bed. It doesn't matter if it's 11 o'clock at night, your players will be like, hey, this is broken. And it's like, what do you want from me? I'm in my bed.
Yes. I mean, I'm glad I can do a lot of my management on my phone. Thank God. But I'm having high hopes for the new Alex Web thingy.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming along. Although I hope they make it unobfuscated so you can mod it, because right now everything is just like on one line, so it's like
Oh.
impossible to modify any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that image thing was another version 1.0. You can no longer serve images from unsecured sites,
Yeah.
which was annoying because, again, we had the perfect solution.
Right.
Just host it on the Alex web server, and if they can get on the server, then they get the images, so there's never any danger of that getting blocked and their game breaking.
Crap, I have to remember where I hosted my pictures. Frick. I didn't bookmark it. I'm like, oh god, where did I put it? I think Salty posted a place that had a good solution. Yeah, okay. I mean, obviously I can just go into my mod and say, hey, where's the post? Point.
I'm surprised Silent's not come on as well. I wonder if he's still reeling for the tech meltdown we had a little while ago. He did post he was not happy with the situation.
No, I mean, it's been a whole week.
But they've got to go to every single machine and manually undo
That
the
is-
fuckery of it.
That is so, like, even my company, like, I was talking to my boss, like, I think I texted her that morning, like, just saying if this still works. And she's like, well, we literally, because we used to use BitLocker, but then our tech folks, the place that we hired to do some of our tech stuff, our more complicated tech stuff, they're like, no, go over to this. My boss is like, damn it.
Yeah,
my boss is very tech savvy, so.
I noticed on the bus, like, they have these like screens, and they were off, and I'm like, I bet they're knackered because of that thing.
Oh yeah, my serve. That's what it was. My car. I can't use my car app anymore. I'm fairly confident it's because of that. Unless it just happened at the same time. I don't know. That could be it too. But yeah, little small things that you're like, is it this or is it that?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to that company, because even if they could rebuild their reputation, they're on the hook for billions now.
Right. They're gonna call bankruptcy and change a new name. Yeah. Go. Okay, now I have saved that place where I have the things. Okay, glad we talked about that. Not super hard to find, but I'm like, oh, right, I probably should stay on top of that a bit better. Sometimes you get complacent. So how long have you been playing 7 Days, Barry?
I guess since 2019.
So you got some fair bit of time in.
Yeah, decent.
Can't keep track of those things either.
Yeah, I'm terrible with it.
People, like, I've been playing since 7. Yeah. 5? I don't know, somewhere around there. 5? I don't know. Alphas used to come a lot faster than they do nowadays, so.
Yeah.
I just remember it was like the alpha that launched on Steam. And I can't remember what alpha that was. But it was basically a different game to what we have now.
We had, when you built stuff, you had to have put things in place, kind of like Minecraft.
They probably could have gotten away with releasing that as like version 0.1. Oh,
Yeah,
what do you think of the that new Bloodmoons game that other companies working on?
I haven't looked at. No, that's still the Pimps, isn't it?
It's published by the Fun Pimps, but it's actually another developer they've hired to make it.
Oh yeah. They're it looks cool. I think they use similar assets.
Yeah, it's all the same engine, same assets, that kind of thing. I think it's something that it looks interesting, and I definitely want to try it, but I don't think it has the same staying power as like because it's a different type of game. It's more like a sort of game night game where there are matches with a defined length, not just keep playing until you're bored.
Right.
I wonder how they're going to decide, like, if people are grouped together, who gets to be the zombie and who gets to be the survivor.
I think it would be great if it was just random.
Yeah, because if you had to pick, then that would mean you would get put in waiting lists because no one wants to be the monster.
There we go. Could be fun though. It's not even out yet.
I wonder what modders will do with it. They'll probably add like have you ever tried these like server-side zombies and they've all got like cooking stoves as heads or something?
That's one of the oh gosh, I was gonna way back in the day, like I think it was A16 when I started modding stuff. One of the very first things I did after making some food was to mod in a chicken that had the radiation effect on it, so it was like a glowing chicken. And then I made it so like if you attacked it, it started attacking you and made like whatever. So I called them chocobos. So I was chatting with one of my friends. I'm like, well, I think I want to bring it back. So my thought is to make a chicken that's like super big, like bear size, to be followed by a whole bunch of the attack chickens and have that as a wandering horde.
Chicken horde.
Because I miss those. Yeah. Like a flock of chocobos walking across the plains. Yeah, that would be.
Just like
but also,
the stepping sound effect, swap it out for like the bear's footsteps with big, massive footsteps. You turn around, it's just tiny chicken coming.
How do we keep the bear sounds too? Oh, that would be great. I mean, they were dinosaurs at one point, so it makes sense.
Have you got any for fun mods you've made to terrorize your players?
Me or Barry?
Either.
I was going to say, all the stuff that I have.
I don't think we have any right now.
What? You should always be trying to kill your players.
The only thing that I've done recently is just put our cardinal waypoints, like north, south, east, and west, in ridiculous spots. So they're in a tunnel or like up on a billboard or something. The most it is at the moment.
What's your cardinal? What are those?
Oh, like we use CPM to set public waypoints so they can have like north, south, east, and west. And I've just set them in like strange places, like inside of tunnels or on top of billboards or buildings. So if they like move a little bit, then they get fall damage.
Oh, nice.
Like little things like that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, my public locations, I usually spread them over the map to give more places, and then I'll usually have a waypoint to traders that are in other areas to open up the map a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Because I hate it when they're freaking always grouped up next to the traders.
Yeah, I've got this. Recently, I've been trying that. Have you heard the Fallout series, the older ones like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas? There was a mod that basically made them into one seamless experience. I was talking to this character in Fallout 3. And he was about to jump off the edge of the Rivet City aircraft carrier, and I'd done like the speech check, so he would not do that. And when I came out of the dialogue, I started moving, but I was so close to the edge, I walked straight off. And as I do that, he is like NPC idle conversation just said, someday maybe I'll have the courage, and you just hear me falling, going.
I know I need to go through the sound events and see if there's anything new and interesting. At least they haven't taken away the Raider sounds, because I have those tied to my admin gun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love the Raider sound events. They are.
I've got the sort of jingle of coin sounds when you buy stuff as the sound that plays when you headshot a zombie. So
nice.
Players sometimes get confused. I'm like, am I getting money here by headshotting?
That's a money shot.
No, you're just getting confirmation you're hitting the mark.
That's very cool. Well, we're at the top of the hour. Wasn't sure if anybody wants to hang out for longer, or if we would want to do things, or I'm like sitting. I'm on the fence. I'm like, do I want to go and watch Deadpool really quick before my afternoon thing?
I'm gonna get a sandwich.
Have either sandwiches are good.
Oh yeah.
I want movie popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody seen the new Deadpool yet?
I have not.
No.
Very tempted, but also very lazy.
Well, you won't regret it. Do it.
I know, yeah, right? Because early in the morning, because I'm on the West Coast, so it's still early-ish, I can get like really cheap tickets. So,
yeah,
it's tempting, but then I have to get out of my pajamas and maybe brush my hair. We'll see. That's a big ask, isn't it, bunnies?
Just wear a hat.
Not a bad idea. Or just like, it's dark in there, they won't notice. Really tempting.
Big true.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to drop. And good, soft, back to brain drain, practicing and working out the deals. Very lovely to meet you, Barry. I always enjoy meeting other gaming women in the space.
Too.
Fun. There are a lot of us, but we don't tend to hit the mics as often. So.
Yeah. Well, I hope more to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you need any help with stuff or whatever, just let me know, and we will get this back on track and get lots of more people coming. I think we need to have a guest again. Guests often are a good draw, especially if we want to get back on track. That'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
It'd be fun to have a guest. Well, I guess we'd have, but we're doing that. Okay, alrighty. Like I said, good catching up with everybody. And
thanks, guys.
Yep.
Talk with you later.
Yeah, you too. Gators.